Well, this definitely was a chapter, wasn't it? Some good things happened, some bad things happened. I've been Moonlight150. Be sure to support the official and Scanlation release, and that's it! See you all next week for Girlfriend 33.
Bye!
Wait, what? How? Okay, it looks like there's no escaping this. But I have way too many groups breathing down my neck. Gotta choose my words carefully. Okay, guess I'll pick up where I left off. And this is my review of the latest 100 Girlfriends chapter, chapter 212. Everyone was a baby at some point for the end of Mommy Engalion. Zune? Why do you continue to do this to me? What is that N doing there? Mommy Galleon would have been just fine. But no, guess you had to have that N in there. Okay, focus. Back to the chapter. The time has finally come that I must tackle a baby chapter review. I dodged a bullet by starting to cover the series not long after the last one. I thought I had more time until this happened. We're only at 5 new girlfriends. What are you doing, Nakamura? Okay, just breathe. We'll take this one panel at a time and hope not to hit any landmines that could get me in trouble. Okay, let's go. The chapter opens up much like any good fairy tale does, with a lone cabin out in the woods, where Hahari has gathered the entire family, and when everyone has arrived, Hahari herself seems to be absent from the festivities. And before we move on, I just want to call out Himika's drip here with the beanie and the rest of her outfit. Nozawa's fashion sense for the girlfriends continues to never miss. When suddenly,
I want to play a game.
Hahari appears on a video feed apologizing for what she's about to do to everyone. When what she's apologizing for begins to fall from the sky, turns out she had Kasuri make a big batch of the baby-making drug and now has unleashed it on the entire family. So we'll just add bioterrorism to the list of crimes Hahari has committed. I mean, it is, right? All the other baby chapters were accidents, or they all gathered around willingly to be kasplooshed. Here, they were all unknowingly led into a trap without their consent. But no time to think about the legal ramifications of her actions, as we got cute babies to look at now. Aw, look at them. And it's not just the newer girlfriends either, it's everyone, including Rentaro himself, leaving Hahari as the sole caretaker for now 33 babies, as she as quick as the wind changes everyone into their baby clothes. And we see that she has now set up the whole place to be perfect to keep all the babies happy and safe, including new baby clothes equipped with airbags made by the Sirius Corporation. Surely that won't come into play in this chapter at all. With everyone now babyfied and the smoke cleared, Hahari leaps into action and... Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Sorry. Okay. Sorry. Needed a moment to recompose myself. But it is kind of funny to see Nozawa's artistic design that we're so used to on one character pop up on another character. Just look at Hahari's face here and how much it resembles Akko in many regards. I'm not judging, this is just what happens when one person does your art design. Things will look a little samey sometimes. And now time for a montage.
You're never gonna make it, you're not
No, not that kind of montage. Let's blow through all of these baby interactions because we got 33 of them to get through. So let's get through them and hope nothing bad happens. Hasuwa is up first, but just wanted some sniffies on Hahari. Should we be worried that she looks at Hahari the same way she looks at Rentaro? No time to think. Moving on. Momiji is back on groping her other true love, which is Hahari's chest. And though she promised not to cross any lines with anyone else, history repeats itself when it comes to her own daughter. What those lines are, I'll leave that up to your imagination. The sleepy sisters of Nemu and Tama are off taking a nap, but the sleeping walking version of Nemu wants to play and drags Tama along for fun on a slide. The musically inclined girlfriends put on a performance for Hahari and get the abnormal praise they are looking for. But never mind that, as Akko and Meimei are playing with dolls, but little Miss Tsundere refuses to join in, until Mama Hahari brings her over, and they decorate her with little doll accessories. Alright, now lightning round! Little Yaku is confused by modern dolls, so Hahari gets her a more traditional style Japanese doll. Diamonds are a girl's best friend, especially when they reflect on someone as cute as Mimimi, naturally. Shizuka and Meru partake in some book reading by Hahari. Mai, Mei, and Chiyo do some pretend cooking, and Mai accidentally adds in too much salt. Oh, it seems like Rin is also helping in the kitchen. No, wait, she's just trying to carve up the doll. Someone keep an eye on that girl. Yamame and Momoha play store as they sell vegetables and booze, where Hahari is more than happy to pay for them, with a generous tip in tow. But it seems like Kurumi has gone to the inventory and is trying to eat the toy veggies. But instead of munching on the toy veggies, Hahari offers herself an oh god, Shadow Clone no Jutsu! Okay, whew. Hopefully I dodged the YouTube censors just in time. But yes, Hahari offers herself to be munched on instead of the toy veggies. Now back to the lightning round. Usa-chan is feeling lonely somehow in a room with 33 other babies, but Hahari comes to the rescue and offers the suffocator in her own bosom. Baby Ira gets jump scared by Tama and tumbles away as Natty takes on her role of Captain America to protect Ira. Then Hahari and Iku decide to play a bit of catch and, do I need to censor this? Okay, better safe than sorry. The squabble between Saki and Matsuri continues on even as babies, as they get into a little tussle. But after some reassuring that even though they are both babies, Saki is somehow older and must act more like a senpai, which she is more than happy to be reminded of, and they start getting along to have their own little festival. Nono got a hold of Hahari's phone and started playing around with it, but Sue has better plans and brings up the calculator and hammers away bringing up numbers, which is just as entertaining to the both of them. Rentaro, even as a baby, is still full of riz as he confesses to Hahari yet again, which causes Hahari to go berserker mode, even proclaiming her own fiancé must be fair game to cross whatever lines that were mentioned earlier, as she begins to literally bring the house down, making this the third time in the series that acknowledges that they have been engaged since chapter 144, except for poor Saki, Nemu, and Hasua. Don't worry girls, your time will come soon, I'm sure. But all the excitement from Hahari seems to be too much for the house as I mentioned, and it begins to crumble. But that's not a bother as those serious group airbags that we mentioned earlier do come into play. Who could have seen that coming? So even a collapsing building is of no concern. And as rubble begins to fall, it hit. I hate Hahari's name. Ugh. And as rubble begins to fall, it hits Hahari both figuratively and literally over the head with the realization that she herself doesn't have an airbag to protect her. And as a big piece of the roof comes crashing down, Rentaro flies into action and deploys his airbag to protect her. And everyone else comes running too, deploying all their airbags as the entirety of the building collapses around them, and leaves nothing but a pile of rubble. And Hahari thanks them all with a big hug. You know, it's honestly pretty sweet that no matter how much there's so many H's. It's honestly pretty sweet that no matter how much Hahari annoys them with their antics, at the end of the day they still care about her and will protect her. Well, we did it folks, we made it through my first baby chapter since I started covering the series. Sure, the idea as a whole was iffy and odd, but at least it ended on a sweet note of the family caring about one another's safety. I've been Moonlight150, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Wait, what do you mean there's more pages? The babies are hungry? What are you implying? Wait, I can't show that on YouTube. Or that. What? And especially that. Earl, get it off screen! Yeah, go read the chapter for yourself because I'm not showing any of that here, especially the Spanish fanscanlation version. Ooh, wait, I didn't mean to bring that up. Ah! Okay, guess I'll do the remainder of the video from behind bars until my lawyer arrives to post bail. The commotion of the house in the woods collapsing alerted all the maids of the Hanazono mansion to come running with blood transfusions in tow. They know their boss so well. But as they approach the scene they come across, well, that. Do I need to censor this? I can't tell. Let's just say they're all hugging Hahari and hope the censors don't get too suspicious. And that will do it for this chapter. In all seriousness, I was dreading covering this, but after you look beyond some certain panels, there's a bit more to dissect from all of this. So let's go over all that. Haven't done a deep dive into a chapter for a bit, and there's not like anything else better to do as I'm sitting here. So first thing first, yes, Hahari is a flanderized baby crazy pervert, let's call a spade, but looking again at the chapter, not once was Hahari flustered or overcome by stress or anxiety at looking over 33 babies all by herself, and even gave them all individual attention that catered to their interests and personality quirks. We may mock Hahari and her baby obsession and the other things she does with the babies, but we cannot deny that she is a skilled mother at taking care of all of them. Lastly, I want to do a bit of speculation. Haven't done that in a minute. But something is just not sitting right with me. The baby chapters were pretty consistent about when they happened, when we got around 8 to 10 more girlfriends. But now doing one only after the addition of 5 more after the last? What's going on here? Also, let's not forget the name of this chapter, The End of Mommy and Galleon. I'm still writing that complaint letter to you, Zune, for that hard-to-pronounce pun, by the way. And this chapter does truthfully feel like a bookend on what the baby chapters were about. In the beginning, Hahari just wanted to play mommy to everyone as they were babies, but the first one was an accident that got in the way of those plans. The following 2 were just silly traditions, and now at the 4th installment, she finally got her wish to not only be mommy to all the other girlfriends, but to Rentaro as well. To me, this feels like a bookend for this tetralogy of chapters. Maybe Nakamura is done with the baby chapters. At least for a while. Probably not completely, as we have 60 plus more girlfriends and 10 plus more years of the manga running to go, but maybe this is him saying he wants to shelve this idea for a while, so we wrote a pseudo-ending for this plotline, and we'll come back to it with a new direction or premise at a later date. And with the resetting of the girlfriend count back to 0, we're looking at a minimum of 2 more years before we would be due for another. And by then, like I said, do something different with the formula. Haha, get it? Formula? Like, baby formula? Okay, this jail cell is making me lose it already. Let's wrap it up there. Let me know in the comments if you think I'm onto something here with this feeling that this might be an end to the baby chapter tradition, at least for a while. Hold on, my lawyer is calling me. Okay, I just got off the phone with my lawyer, and it seems like he's stuck in traffic, so this might take a while. 2 weeks by my guess, so I'll see you all in 2 weeks when I'm a free bird from this literal horny jail. And to help make time go by faster, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It'll make Girlfriend 33 appear a lot quicker, I promise you. See you all then.